I'm joined right now by Notre Dame law professor Mark McKenna, who's widely recognized as a leading scholar in the trademark area. He also specializes in design patent, copyright, the right of publicity, and intellectual property rights. Prior to joining the faculty at Notre Dame, Mark practiced law with an intellectual property firm in Chicago, and he also happens to be a '97 graduate and alumni of Notre Dame. Mark joined here now by third-year law student Megan McEwen. So Mark, Megan, thank you for your time and welcome to Notre Dame Day.
Thanks for having us.
All right, Mark, I want to start with you. I understand that your clinic students have had a major success recently, and I'd like you to tell me about that.
Yeah, so we have a really fantastic clinic that's directed by my colleague, Jody Clifford. That clinic participates in a program at the Patent Office that allows the students to file patent applications on behalf of their clients and to interact with the Patent Office through the process. That's unusual because the Patent Office normally requires a kind of special admission for lawyers even after they've already passed the bar exam. So it's a sort of special exemption that our students get, a really wonderful opportunity for them. This past year in the fall, the clinic one of the clinic's clients had the first patent issued that was worked on by any of the students in the clinic. So that's a big deal because it takes a long time to get a patent. This was one that was originally filed as a provisional patent, which is sort of like a precursor to a full patent application. The clinic students then filed the full application. They worked on the whole prosecution. So over the course of about 2.5 years, there were 5 different students working on this case from beginning to end. And that began actually right almost at the very beginning of our clinic at the law school. So this was a sort of nice milestone for the clinic to have accomplished.
That's fantastic. Megan, I want to ask you a question now about your experiences with the IP program. First of all, just what's been your favorite class and why?
That's an easy question, and I'm not just saying that because I'm sitting here with Professor McKenna, but my favorite class has been Trade Dress and Design, which I took last spring. And I really enjoyed that class because it was different from the ordinary law school course where you just take an exam at the end of the semester. In this class, we worked with undergraduate design students who had invented some kind of designer thing, and we were tasked with writing an opinion or a client letter to them, advising them on the various intellectual property rights that were implicated in their design, from utility patent, design patent, trademark, copyright, trade dress, everything under the sun in IP that was implicated in their design. We advised them on it, and we also gave a presentation at the end of the semester. And I think that was a really practical, real-world simulation of what I'll be expected to do in practice. So for that reason, that was my favorite course.
Yeah, that sounds very practical. So let me ask you now, how has this experience helped you as you search for a job and begin your own career?
At the time that I interviewed for my summer employment, I had not actually dived into the IP curriculum yet. So at that time, I was just expressing an interest in intellectual property. So in between the time that I got the job offer and then actually day one of summer employment with my law firm, that's when I took copyright, patent, and trade dress and design. And those classes tremendously prepared me. I can distinctly remember a day where I was asked to come into a partner's office, and she said, "Hey, I had this IP issue come across my email. What do you think?" And at that time, that could have been a little bit daunting as a law student at 2L. To have to analogize cases, but I was able to do it. I was able to say, hey, I read this case in copyright that's kind of like this situation. And I was very thankful for the education that I've had here and really thankful for the instruction from Professors Stephen Yelderman and Professors Mark McKenna, who have really taught me everything that I know.
She gets an A, right, Mark?
Yeah, well, she's got to take an exam soon, so you can see.
So Mark, let me ask you this before I let you guys go. What are your plans to make this program stronger now as it grows?
Yeah, so we've grown enormously, and this is my 8th year at Notre Dame, and the program has grown tremendously. The dean's been very supportive of doing intellectual property. Intellectual property as a field is growing. It continues to be a very hot practice area. It's also touching lots of really important issues about how we're going to regulate technology and think about its role in society. And so it's been something that the dean's been really supportive of us growing. We need to continue to do that to recruit excellent students. We've got obviously a really great cohort of them now, so many of them that it's putting pressure on the program. I've got 95 trademark students this semester, which is double the number that I normally have. So we need to grow the faculty a little bit. We need to continue to make sure we're able to serve the students the way they need to be served when they're here. We need to make sure our clinic is fully funded as it continues to go forward, and we need to keep growing the footprint of our research at the school. We've got some people doing really excellent work. We'd like to be able to expand that and have Notre Dame have something to say about a lot more issues that I think are going to really touch people's lives.
All right, well, best of luck with you in that endeavor. And Mark, Megan, thank you both for joining us here on Notre Dame Day. It was a pleasure.
Thank you for having us.